Good morning, everyone. Uh, my name is Dr. Najib Ahmed Rumi, and I'm based in London. Today, my topic basically, I'm a public health doctor. My specialty is in psychological well being. It's all about prevention because you may be aware of the phrase that prevention is the best treatment is more uh, preferably is good as compared to treatment as compared to is the best treatment. So as you may also aware of things that psychology is one of the tiny branches of philosophy, and it has been established 100 years ago in Austria, one of the, I think it's which university, where they have started psychology, a tiny branch of philosophy in a laboratory, and then they started it. That what is the philosophy? What is the philosophical thoughts? In simple word, because I'm not going to educate all of you, because uh, most of you are well educated and well educated even than me. But I want to emphasize today my topic because today my topic is how to. It's about self management. About is the only person who can. So I was talking about the basics and the origin of psychology. 100 and more than 100 years ago, it was started in a university in a laboratory, yeah, out of the main tiny branch of philosophy. So philosophy is in fact is how because how we are dealing with ourselves, how we are dealing with others around you, and how we are going to interact with the nature. So it's a it's a bridge between our inner our surroundings. So if we look into it, that what we think, because mind is like a processing machine, there are multiple factors which may affect our thought process. It may be socioeconomic conditions, or it may be due to mental health issues. You can there are various factors. You can say it's multifactorial things. So as I mentioned that human mind is like a processing machine. What we put into it, it is being processed accordingly. You can say if we put good stuff into it, constructive stuff into it, then it will be processed accordingly. So today my topic is, as you can see on the title of my page, this video, it's Rumi philosophy of today about uh, psychiatry And because about about the spirituality and psychiatry. So spirituality and psychiatry are interlinked, as I have mentioned. It's one of the tiny branch philosophy. Psychology is a tiny branch of philosophy. So if you Google the definition of health, again it is multidimensional definition according to World Health Organization. If you Google health dimensions or the definition of a health, then you will come across uh, what is the sorry. I'm going to, because it's not something traditional, or it's you can say, because it's a general talk, so that you would be in a better positions to understand what I mean to say. So definition or dimension of, there are five dimensions of health according to World Health Organization. Number one, your physical dimension of your health. Number two, your mental dimension of health. Number three, your spiritual dimension of health, your economical dimension of health, and your emotional dimension of health. So here we wanted to discuss about, because my topic is psychiatry and spirituality. So I would like to emphasize on two dimensions: spirituality, psychiatry, because lots of uh, mental health problems are getting worse nowadays due to multiple reasons. Uh, First of all, due to economical crisis, war and terror, uh, and because communication gap is one of the major trigger towards depressions, because we're going far away from each other, due to multi media, due to social network media, and so that's why we are getting apart from each other. So spiritual dimension, psychiatric dimensions, mental health dimension is one of the most important dimension which I would like to discuss here, with the relevance of the Rumi, who was a great philosopher in 13,700 years ago in Konya, in Turkey. And you can Google and you can find lots of amazed verses and metonymy of Rumi. So spirituality, and one of the verses from the metonymy of Rumi is, yes, Rumi said that yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Means that he was a great teacher, he was a great scholar, he was a great philosopher, and he was at that time, he was well known by globally, at that time when there was no social network media and there was lots of distances. He said, yesterday I was clever, so I wanted to change the world, I wanted to change others. And he said, today I am wise, so I'm changing myself. So this is self management. And self management is because we are always in a row to change others, because our reactive mind is active. What is that reactive mind? Because we are reactionary. We are reactionary to the behavior of others. We are reactionary to deprivations. Of course, if we are unable to get something, so it's our reactionary mind always triggers, which could lead to stress, anxiety, depression. And when our active mind is operating, is working, so according to today's science, there is a positive chemical reaction inside of our brain, which is very helpful to improve our daily activities, to improve our uh, body, to improve our mental health dimensions, to improve our social health dimensions, because it is when it is in your control, because you are going to control yourself through your emotional health, through your spiritual health, through your mental health, with an active mind. So Rumi said, yesterday I wanted to change others. So he was a great teacher. He was just teaching others so that they should change. But when he had been enlightened, and then he started thinking about on the basis of selflessness, compassion, respect, and love. So when you start thinking about yourself on the basis of selflessness, then you can draw more positive energy, because your thought process will be entirely changed. And according to studies in science, that when you are positive, and there is a positive chemical reaction inside of your brain, and then which is very helpful for your parasympathetic nervous system, because sympathetic nervous system is associated with reactive mind. When there is a reaction, or you may be well aware of fight and flight phenomena that is directly linked to endorphin, adrenaline, noradrenaline, and which help us to do something even without when you heard something and you are sitting in a room, and then you just become more active than what has happened. So thi- this is your uh, fight and flight phenomenon. So it's associated with your sympathetic nervous system. So parasympathetic nervous system is all about your mindfulness, your positive approach, your positivity. So you need to be more uh, consistent with your positive mind. How? Like Rumi said, the basic philosophy of Rumi in psychology, psychiatry, and spirituality, because this is what this today's science is saying, that him there are four dimensions of health, as I have mentioned earlier: physical dimensions of health, mental dimension of health, social dimension of health, and spiritual dimension of health. So these all of these dimensions of health are interconnected and interrelated. So when your action is not out of the reaction of something, but your action is with proactive mind, with active mind. You have to realize what you're doing and what should not be done, and what you are going to do. Is it your active mind in response, or it is your reactive mind in response? So it's very simple try to, because meditation, as I have mentioned in my few lectures before, that uh, meditation can be, again, meditation. What is meditation? You sit back and just uh, activate your active mind with positive energy, with positive approach, and being focused on your mind. What is that? Mindfulness. Again, your active mind is in operation. Then you can bring a change. Then it would be like medicinal when your mindfulness, meditation can be medication. Meditate when you are in a mindfulness meditation. You are going to meditate. Sit back, just relax, because when you are in trouble, when you are in pain, then you need to sit down instead of you are working and you are doing lots of exertion when you are in pain, when God forbid, when you have got some injury or something, visible pain. So similarly, the emotional pain, mental health pain is invisible pain, and during that time you have to sit down literally and focused on your mindfulness. What you can do with your active mind, not with your reactive mind. Meditate. Meditation is like a medicinal. It's like therapeutic treatment, self-treatment. It's not something you are taking drug or medicines, but relaxation is therapy, as Rumi mentioned in his philosophy, that your cure is in your pain. What is that? Again, you need to be self-compassionate when you are in pain, when you are in stress, when you have deprivations, poverty, lots of pain. You have to sit down somewhere. You have to focus, because then cure, pure cure is in your pain, Rumi said. What is that? It means your healing power is hidden in your soul as a whole. Because body with soul, with spirit, is living body. If you take soul and spirit from body, it means it's not a living body. It, you can call it is a dead body. So when we forget about the importance of our soul, then we may have lots of mental health issues, social health issues, aggression, depression, selfishness, anger, arrogance, because we believe that, oh, I'm very intelligent person on this earth. I can change others. I can do this. I can do that. And you don't have even power to control your emotions. So how we can change ourselves is we have to think that I'm going to control my mind through my emotions. I can manage. I can change myself. Then you can reflect into others. So today is all about meditation, self-management, how we can behave properly when you are under stress, when you are unable to cope with the situation, when we are facing hard and tough time. You can name it like, but you are being, you are jobless, your socio-economical crisis are getting worse, You have anxiety, stress, depression, and you have got problem with your relationship problems. So you can name it. So in this way, we need to sit down and utilize our active mind, and we have to accept what is action. We need to take action in to avoid addiction of various kinds, food addiction, drug addictions, even nowadays screen addictions. What is screen addiction is the addiction of social network media. We are always addicted to our gadgets. We're addicted to our mobile, smart mobile, and because there are merits and demerits of using and abusing anything. So in this way, we can control our emotions to our positive mind. Then we can reflect. So, uh, so self-management is all about thinking how we are going to think about ourselves, how we are going to think about others, how we are going to think about the surroundings, environment, the universe. So first, because the positive source energy is inside of our thoughts, inside of our body. So when you are in a positions to control yourself, because there are two pilots in operation in our body system, in our brain, of course, uh, the major part of our body is our brain. So automatic pilot is there when we are when you we get up early in the morning, need to go for a work, and just this is positive stressors. We are getting early and we need to go to get ready to go for work. This is positive stressor. And if it cross beyond that limit, then what happens? This negative stressor. That that stress is negative stress. We are overconscious, we are overwhelmed, we are anxious, we are stressed. So then that is directly linked to your reactive mind. So in this way, we need to help ourselves first of all. How? We have to think about it, because each and everything is in our brain, in our mind. How we are going to process it? If we are taking it in a harmful way, in a harmless way, in a helping way, in a destructive way, then our mind will process all of these stuff in a positive, accordingly, in a positive or negative way. So, as I have mentioned in my lectures before, that the human mind is like a garden, and our thoughts are like seeds. We can grow flowers or we can grow weeds. First of all, it's all about understanding what is going on and how we can be our own physician, own doctor through cognitions, through thoughts therapies. It's very easy because delivering lectures to others and giving advice to others is very simple. All the time we are advising and we are very good. Even those who are not even qualified doctor, or they even don't know about the medicine, they are advising, oh, you can take this medicine this month and it's good for you and you have to do. But they are suffering in the same disease, the same problems. But how you can advise someone else? You are not qualified for that purpose. So In the same way, we are advising, directing others. Oh, you can do this. Why? Because we want some appreciations, because we wanted to listen something. Oh, that person is very wise. He advised me, to just to be followed by others, to be liked by others. So the best thing is we have to change ourselves. Then we have to reflect others. When we can change ourselves, then it's easy. The people will look at you, at your behavior. They would be benefited from your behavior, from your positive approach of mind. So today is all about self-management. You have to think about it. If you are able to control your emotions, if you are able to change, bring a change yourself, it's like a medicinal. It's never ever too late to start living healthy and happily. It's very easy to take first step, because as Rumi mentioned in his poetry and metonymy of Rumi, he said yesterday and tomorrow will never come. It's all about today. So you have to take step, at least first step towards betterment, first step toward positive health with positive mind. Then you will see, because when we are being controlled by our reactive mind through uh, automatic pilot, we are going to bed and we are being stressed. We don't realize that what is the trigger and what is the stress behind it, but it's automatic pilot. It's we can say automatic pilot is again, mm, parasympathetic nervous system, fight and flight, adrenaline linked with our body. So when we are with our active mind, what is that? Self management. But Rumi said that don't be clever, just try to be wise to change yourself. The only person who can heal or harm you, not anyone else but yourself. So you have to think about it. Controlled pilot. What is controlled pilot? Things are in your control. When you give the remote control of your emotions into the hands of others, what would happen? It will be played, it will be worked according to the wishes of others. They can mute it, they can play, they can rewind it, they can stop, because you have handed over the remote control of your emotion into the hands of others. So try to be, not to be clever, just get realized, because our soul is like an innocent child inside of our body. That soul as a whole is pure. But when we are not realized that when, as for instance, if we have mobile in our hand and the battery of the mobile is running out of charge, so if it is flat, it's not being charged, so we can't operate our mobile properly. We would be, we would not be in a position to receive a call or make any call to our friends, or we can't go to play uh, any games or use our social network media. So we will be disconnected with the entire world. So this is very simple. We have to plug in the charger, and we need to charge our battery. Similarly, our body is like that device, like your mobile phone, very costly, very expensive, and we are going to buy a very good golden cover to just a shield to make it more attractive, our mobile, but we're not focused on the battery inside, which is uh, which has the key importance in playing in operating our mobile to be in to be in operations to work accordingly if it is out of charge. Similarly, our body, we have good clothes, we have gold rings, gold, chains, and very expensive clothes, dresses, branded in order to show others that, oh, status conscious, and that, oh, this expensive vehicles, expensive uh, phone, diamonds, and very expensive wristwatches in order to attract others, so that this gentleman is filthy rich. It's a status symbol. Similarly, if our body is the key role for our body is our soul. If it is not being charged, how? Through mindfulness. How? Through spiritual health. Spiritual health is not adherent to your religious belief. But when you are working religiously, what is that? Religiously means you are focused with positive minds. You are going to charge your uh, body and mind with your soul. It means you are direct aligned. Your physical body is aligned with your metaphysical body, which is your soul, through mindfulness, through compassion, through love, through kindness, through forgiveness. Then you can be an amazed person. Like Rumi said that yesterday I was clever. So he was emphasized to change others. He was talking about the cleverness. When he had been enlightened, then he just he was a changed person. Otherwise, you would be a changed person. Chain of culture, chain of religions, chain of you know you can name it. But being religious, whatsoever your religious belief is, it's open choice. Because I do believe in Rumi school of thought that 8 billion people on this globe, they have valid and valued places. Why? Because the soul is the main key role inside of the body. It's directly linked to, we are directly linked to one deity, one source energy. What is that? That is, deity is God. There are different names given to that divine source energy. Someone is saying God, someone is saying, you know, Ram, someone is saying Rahim, someone is saying Divine Mother, someone is saying that Allah. So you can name it. But that source energy, the creator is one in form of God, in form of like she is like our divine mother. She is like our mother because in Quran, in Muslims divine book, what they said that Allah's love, God's love is 70 times more than your biological mother. So we believe that we have two mothers symbolically, not symbolically, but physically. We have all of us have biological mothers who give us birth, and another, that is the spirit of that mother, is our divine mother in form of deity, in form of God. So when we are connected to that God, it is not external state of affairs, it is internal state of affairs. Your God, whatsoever you name it, is inside of your soul. When your soul as a whole, you are in ease, you can control your emotion, you can control your food, you can control your food and mood. You are not addictive to food, you are not addictive to even drugs, you are not addictive to alcohol, you are not addictive to sex, you are not addictive to bad behavior. You will come out of the vicious cycle of all of these negative things. Then you can cut the chain of vicious cycle, of hatred, of extremism, of negative approach, of selfishness. So you have to change yourself if you want to lead a peaceful life without stress, anxiety, depression, phobia, even serious kinds of mental health issues. Nowadays, it's prevailed all over the globe, that is directly linked to the human behavior. So try to help yourself, self management, through these kinds of things. And further, if you want to discuss something, I'm based in London. You can see my email address is dr.majid, Najib, @hotmail.co.uk. You can email me. My WhatsApp number is 0044 is the code 0044 7950 76709, and you can uh, contact me anytime if you need any emotional help and support. So in this way we can help each other. First I have to help myself, I have to change myself through the basic philosophy and spirituality and psychiatry is directly interlinked. To the only person that can heal or harm you is yourself. When I start changing myself, not on the basis of selfishness, on the basis of selflessness, then we can change others. So here I'm going to end up my sessions, and hopefully within a couple of days we will have another topic about psychiatry, spirituality, mind health. So take well care of yourself, and see you soon. Take care and bye bye.